You know, Chad and I have been hunting together for a long time. We've had some incredible encounters with these whitetails and had just some unbelievable experiences. You know, we try to plan our season out and play the wind right, sit in the right locations for these big bucks. You have everything just right, and at the last second, it can all go wrong.
Condition, lights out, stomping all competition. My utmost to his highest, it gets no flyer. We set the mainframe on fire. Cold red for the lead from the pedal. I push to the metal, the dust never settles. F5 level, kick up the bass and the treble. Cause faith, that's a rebel. I can show you the devil. I blaze a trail like the rays from tail light sound, shaking the ground like earthquakes and hail might. Someday I'll die, but not tonight. Excuse me while I light up the sky.
Plans. The way that you think your year is going to go. I mean, it doesn't matter how many pictures you have of deer from the year before and what age class you think they are and how many stands you get and how good you placed them, and there's so many things that can change.
You know, getting up on a morning hunt and it could be 28 degrees and then you go sit somewhere in the evening, we're just in a t-shirt and shorts. You know, the wind can shift on you, it can change. That's where ozonics comes in. That's where ozonics gives us the edge and gives us the confidence to hunt those spots when normally we couldn't get away with anything. We've been through it so many times where the thermals have gotten us. But when using ozonics, we've been able to put the odds in our favor and be able to capitalize on those opportunities on those big deer that are cutting through the creek, that are going in those bad areas where the thermals are so bad on our place.
There might be the deer that I pattern and everything's right. I've been passing them for years. It's finally time to hunt them, and I get ready to hunt them, and all of a sudden we have a huge acorn crop, and man, the deer's a ghost. I mean, I can't even find a deer anywhere in the daylight. They're under acorn trees all night long eating.
You may think that a lot of stuff is very similar in Texas and the terrain's similar, but there's areas that we have just on our place that are totally different from one another. You may have a rocky area. You may have an area that it's all full of trees, or another area that's totally open. Depending on cover, bed to feed type scenarios with these deer and where they're moving and where they're coming from, a lot of times dictates where we're gonna sit, and if we have a ground blind set up or if we have a tripod or a hang-on stand set up, depending on the trees.
All the plans that you put into place, man, it doesn't matter how much you plan, how much you prepare, you just never know how things are gonna go.
A different kind of dynamite. A different kind of dynamite.
I've been managing this particular ranch for over 20 years now. It's low fence. In the hill country, we have lots of neighbors and lots of hunters. And I mean, they're cornering our fence lines. They're driving down the fence with rifles. They're trying to shoot the deer, going to our feed stations. And man, I tell you what, it sucks. Sometimes it's so hard to let a deer walk when that may be the last time you see them. We don't shoot a deer unless it's 5.5 at least. And we prefer 6.5, but man, that's a feat. Just getting them to 4.5 on our place is almost a miracle. That's about when most of the deer disappear. We have some studs over the years that at 3 years old are unbelievable, and they're still, if they jump the fence, boom. On this particular year, I was having trouble finding a mature deer, and here it is. It's the last day of the season. It's the last evening of the last hunt, and I'm in the stand. We actually have a deer patterned that's mature, beautiful 10-point. He's been coming in on the cameras, and we're excited. I feel like this is a really good opportunity. I may actually close this season out and actually get a good deer. Well, we're in Texas, hunting a ground blind. We set this up about 3 months ago. never been able to sit in it. Yesterday, we finally thought we were going to, and the wind just didn't cooperate. And we saw some really good deer, but nothing mature, so the wind is perfect today. We're in the ground blind, and we're excited. It's a good spot. Hopefully we'll do some good. Oh my God, this buck is huge. Monster buck on top of the hill. I don't know what this deer is. Man, he makes this buck I was about to shoot look small. God, I'm just hoping this deer comes in and gives me an opportunity for a shot.
The arrow just hit the blind.
Man, I've never had that happen before. And you talk about scary. I mean, that arrow, when it hit, it sounded like an explosion. Scott and I both jumped. We didn't know what happened. A deer blew out of Dodge. And man, next thing you know, we're looking all over our bodies, making sure, you know, where'd the arrow go? Did it go into pieces? Did it go in one of us or something? We never did find the arrow. We don't know where it went. And but it was a scary experience. Did you see the size of that buck? Man, that's exactly the kind of deer that I was dreaming about, hoping we'd see when we set this ground blind up a couple months ago. I've threaded the needle before, but I won't do it again. That was a huge mistake. I just was worried I was losing camera light. My broadhead caught the blind brace right there. And all I saw was white tails flying. Hopefully we'll do better next time. They might be right, but I disagree. I decided not to give up hunting. You know, I thought about it. It was a brief moment. It's a new year. We're hopeful. We're going to try to put a new plan together. You know, looking back on what happened last time we were in the stand, we never found the arrow. We think the deer's okay, and hey, it's a new year. We're wiping the slate clean, and we're looking forward.
You know, I go and pull the cards. You know, I'm at the ranch a little bit early. I see some good deer. There's a lot of deer that are in bachelor groups that are showing up to the feed stations. But I see one deer in particular as I go through the cards that is a stud.
I get a text from Scott late one night, and monster deer. He's texting me pictures on the TV screen. He's got a deer that it's nothing like we've ever seen before.
This deer's got a lot of points. He's got a lot of mass. He's got a lot of width. He's mature.
I think it's the deer that I shot the blind on. And I'll tell you what, if it's him, he blew up. You talk about a dark cloud with a silver lining, I don't even know what to say if this is the same deer. Now, I gotta be one of the luckiest guys alive. Man, this particular morning, it's cloudy, temperature's good, we got activity all around us. I don't have a ground blind window to hit or anything, so I'm feeling a lot better in this setup. Oh my God, that was a monster. I can't even think straight right now. Oh, God is good. Okay, so we're very, very quiet and careful getting out of the stand, just in case this deer is nearby. We walk up to the arrow, man, I tell you what, the closer I get, there's blood all over the arrow. Very excited, I pick it up. There's some stomach matter on the arrow. Oh boy, I tell you, it's good to be on solid ground right now. I was a little unstable up there. Man, I think I hit him a little far back. I couldn't really tell. My arrow was covered in blood. Could see it from the stand. Yeah, that's why I'm being quiet right now, because we're not sure what we're looking at. I see, looks like stomach matter on there. That is a good and a bad sign. It's a bad sign as far as I gotta wait. Give this deer some time. Good news is that's a dead deer. And I'll have him if I do what I'm supposed to do, which is wait. So we're gonna get out of here, be quiet, look at the footage, figure out what we need to do. I'm not taking any chances with this deer. I've learned over the years, I know in this situation exactly what I gotta do, and it's a hard decision. I gotta wait. And if I give this deer time, he'll be mine. I know he's gonna die, and I know I'm gonna get him, but it's gonna be a long day.
It takes a cut to heal a wound.
Man, so we go from one of the worst hunting years that I can remember. I mean, shooting the blind on that big buck when it came in, my last day of the season. The year ended and didn't have a good deer to brag about or show pictures, and then fast forward another year and see the silver lining in that cloud and the blessing in disguise. Thank God somebody put that cross brace where they did for me to hit it, because I'm so glad. I've never been so glad that I tried to shoot a deer and I wasn't able to. Boy, did it pay off though. I'm gonna go ahead and mark the spot. Set my bow down. Just want to mark this spot so that we can refer back to where we last saw him when we get on the other side, and if we need to come back to this point, it'll be easy to get to. Okay, I'm just gonna put that on a leaf like that. There we go. Makes me feel better. All right, let's go get this deer. Hey, there he is right there. Holy cow. Oh my Lord. Scott, look at this. Look at this deer. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's incredible. That is a beast. That's the biggest deer I've ever seen, much less taken with archery equipment. Oh, I don't even know what to say. Look at this rack. What a gorgeous, magnificent animal. Oh my goodness. Beautiful, beautiful deer. Mature, 6.5-year-old is my best guess. Look at the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points. Got matching mule forks on his G3s, matching little flaming kickers on his G2s, matching brow tines that are split. I don't even know what to say. Thank the man upstairs. Wow. Oh my Lord. What a whitetail. Where this roller coaster led me to, I didn't want to be on it. I was ready to get off. I'm glad I didn't. From hitting that ground blind with my arrow and missing that deer and the ups and downs of ending the season that way, to finally come to the end of the ride and shoot the biggest buck I've ever seen. I mean, a buck of my dreams. I still can't even believe it. I can't wait to step in line to get back on that ride again.
On today's show, Chad experiences a range of emotions while he chases this particular buck. And you know, there's so many ups and there's so many downs, but in the end, it's amazing how everything always comes together. But you know, it's not just true in deer hunting, it's also true in life. There's so many times in life that things go exactly as we planned, but you and I both know that most times and many times, things don't turn out anything like we planned. They absolutely go wrong and don't turn out the way that we wanted them to. What do you do in those times? Well, I think the same advice is true in life as it is in deer hunting. You just have to trust, and you have to do what you know to do is right and believe that good things are going to happen. Did you know that the Bible actually says that that's true? In Romans chapter 8 and verse 28, the Bible says that we know that all things work together for the good of those that love God, to those that are called and are walking in His purpose. It means that when we put God first in our lives, that even though sometimes bad things happen, that somehow God has the ability to take all of those bad things, mix His grace into that, and make it actually turn out for our good. God doesn't ordain the bad things in our life, but the Bible makes it clear that His power is so big and so great that He has the ability to transform those bad things and make them good. If you'd like to know more about a personal relationship with God through His Son, Jesus Christ, just go to elusivewildlife.com and click on the Moment of Truth tab.
Cut me like those words you throw.